The newspapers of England receive a letter written in red ink or blood. No one can agree which. Dear boss, I keep on hearing the police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. I love my work and want to start again. The letter mocks the police, promises more death, and at the bottom, scrawled in that same crimson substance, a signature that would burn itself into history. Yours truly, Jack the Ripper. This letter might be a complete fraud, probably written by a journalist desperate for sales. It might have nothing to do with the actual murders at all. But it didn't matter. Because from that moment on, London didn't just have a serial killer. It had a legend, a monster with a name. And the world was watching. Mary Ann Nichols is found in Bucks Row, throat slashed so deep the vertebrae are visible, her abdomen opened. The killer took his time, even in an open street. The police treat it as another Whitechapel murder. Tragic, but not unusual, because in Whitechapel, every day was a potential last day, especially for the women of the night. 8 days later, it happens again. Annie Chapman, found at dawn in a backyard, throat cut, body mutilated, and organs missing, removed with what doctors call surgical precision. Now the newspapers take notice. Is there a pattern? September 30th answers that question. A night that will step into history as the double event. 2 women, Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes, murdered within an hour of each other, less than a mile apart. With Stride, the killer is interrupted, only her throat cut. So he moves on, finds Eddowes, and unleashes absolute brutality. Her face mutilated beyond recognition, her body destroyed. On a nearby wall, written in chalk, the Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing. The police wash it away before dawn, fearing riots against Jewish immigrants. The message, if it was even from the killer, is now lost forever. By now, London is paralyzed with terror. Newspapers print hourly updates. Vigilante groups patrol the streets. Women refuse to leave their homes after dark. The letters keep coming, hundreds of them, some crude, some taunting, some promises to cut off a victim's ear. And days later, an ear arrives in the mail. The press publishes everything. They give the killer personality, voice, fame. Jack the Ripper is no longer just a murderer. He's a story. And the story is selling newspapers faster than they can print them. Mary Jane Kelly. Unlike the others, she has a room. A small, private space she rents, which means the killer can work indoors, away from eyes, away from interruption. What he does to her defies comprehension. The crime scene photograph still exists. Modern forensic expert can barely look at them. The mutilation is so extensive, so methodical, it takes hours. He doesn't just kill her. He obliterates her identity, removes her face, dissects her body like a grotesque experiment. The coroner estimates the attack lasts between 2 and 4 hours, and no one hears anything unusual. After Mary Kelly, the murder stopped. Just like that. No warning, no explanation. Jack the Ripper vanishes into the fog. So why was Jack the Ripper never caught? Victorian forensic science barely existed. No fingerprints, no DNA, no crime scene photography. Evidence was contaminated or destroyed within hours. Witness descriptions contradicted each other. Short and stout versus tall and thin. The police received thousands of letters claiming to be from the killer. They chased hundreds of leads. They interrogated butchers, doctors, immigrants, aristocrats. One theory blamed a Polish barber. Another pointed to a royal physician covering up a scandal. Some even suggested Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice in Wonderland. None of it led anywhere. The police were fighting a losing battle. The killer understood their weaknesses. He struck in the darkest hours, in the most chaotic neighborhoods, targeting victims society had already abandoned. Victorian London simply wasn't equipped to catch him. And then he stopped. No arrest, no confession, no suicide note, no body suddenly discovered years later. After 70 days, Jack the Ripper simply ceased to exist. Jack the Ripper became one of the first killers to achieve global infamy while still unknown. The newspapers of 1888 created a villain. The public devoured every detail. The letters, real or fake, gave him a voice, and the unsolved nature of the case made him immortal. He wasn't just a man who committed murders. He became a symbol of Victorian London's darkest fears, of foggy streets and hidden dangers, of a society that couldn't protect its most vulnerable. The mystery became more powerful than the truth ever could have been. Because Jack the Ripper represents something that terrifies us even today. The idea that some monsters simply get away with it. No justice, no closure, no answers. Just questions that echo through time. More than a century later, his identity remains a mystery. The fog has lifted from Whitechapel streets. The gas lamps are gone. The slums have been rebuilt into modern London. But 5 women are still brutally murdered. Their killer was never punished, and their stories were nearly lost beneath the weight of his legend. Jack the Ripper succeeded not just in evading capture, but in evading time itself. He vanished into history as a ghost, a name without a face, a series of horrors without explanation. And perhaps that's the most disturbing legacy of all. In a world where we demand answers, where we believe technology and forensics can solve anything, Jack the Ripper remains proof that some mysteries refuse to be solved. Some killers simply walk away, and some questions will haunt us forever.